This is Heather with Rock Symposium with Jase Harshman, aka the Metal Messiah. How are you
Yes,
doing?
I'm great. How you doing?
I'm doing great. All right. First question: how did you first get into the music business, and how long have you been doing it?
Ooh, well, I was thinking it the other day. It's around 22, 23 years. And I know that just gave my age away because I'm old. I'll be 40 like in 3 months.
Not
So
too
that'll
far.
tell you right there. I'm old. I've been in this shit a long time. What got me into music? Maybe is that what was that question?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
How did you first get into the music business?
Hmm. With a band called Finding Jimmy Hoffa.
Okay.
That was the only band that I've been in that was actually signed to a label. Um, but yeah, that got us into the music business as far as like the business side. We'd already been playing clubs, but I don't really consider that the business side until you really get into, I guess, um, that part of it. But getting into labels and management and stuff like that. So yeah, it was definitely different.
Okay. Well, that's actually part of my next question was, what can you tell me about finding Jimmy Hoffa, and how much touring did you guys do?
Oh
That
my
sort of thing. The
gosh,
record deal.
man. We had actually been writing these songs for a while. With the first, it was on our album. We'd even gone and done a five little song EP that had five of those songs that were on that whole album. That had like 12 songs on it when it finally came out. We were playing at the Daisy one night with just a local bands. It was like I don't know. I couldn't even tell you who it was. Matter of fact, though, I think maybe Pooh's Steven, my bass player in This Tragic Day, might have been playing in a band that was playing that night. I don't know.
Nice.
I think we've talked about that before. And after we got done playing, we were actually standing out front of the Daisy smoking. And these two guys walked up to us and was like, "Hey, we're so and so, and this is so and so, and he's like a blah blah blah, and he's like a money guy, investor, and this other guy was kind of like a business guy, whatever. But they own like a small label. It was just an indie label out of Florida at first, and they were interested in signing us. And so we were like, yeah, yeah, okay, whatever. Because we've been through this shit before. People wanting to put us on record labels. How many people tell us, oh man, we're going to sign you? It's bullshit. There is so much bullshit people out there. Like, we lost probably 14 grand in like a year just from just blowing and didn't have anything to show for it. So we finally heard these guys say, we want to sign you, but so we just kind of like, whatever, we'll see. Sure enough, man, we checked it out. Everything was legit, and they come back and gave us like like a developmental deal kind of thing, a development deal, or some sort. Basically, though, they actually funded the record, which was a little better than a development deal, but they funded the record, which was probably cost them 15 grand at the most at that time, which isn't that much to make a record, but for us, it's a lot of damn money to make a record, and we both basically wrote everything in the studio and spent months and months on this record. So it was crazy, and it finally came out. We had a big like party in Little Rock, actually at the Village. It had like Muck Sticky come in and play, and a bunch of other bands, local bands, and it was kind of like a This Tragic Christmas kind of deal, but it was with just this CD release party that everybody had been waiting on because we'd already been saturating the Little Rock music scene already. So everybody knew who we were in Little Rock. We just got into the Memphis scene. That's how we're out when we got signed, which was weird to see that we just walk into Memphis and play a couple shows and get signed. And how many bands have been playing Memphis and just don't get signed to shit? Well, the next thing I know, we're on the road. We're playing with Brett Michaels. We're playing with Sponge. We're playing with 10 Years. We're playing with Drowning Pool. Uh, Man, the list goes on and on. I mean, I couldn't. Seasons after, uh, man, I can't remember all of them. But we played a lot of fucking shows, and even Pop Evil and Egypt Central at the time, and man, we were on cloud nine, playing everything, playing uh, festivals going across the country to freaking Colorado, to South Park, Colorado, to play the festival over there, the California Music Festival, all kind of shit. We were just going strong. Had tons of merch and stuff, so we were just, it was like funny to us because we were like, oh, we got a van, and we got a record out, we got all this merch, and it's like, how do we get all this shit? You know, this is crazy. One minute we're like going to shows in our vehicles, our personal vehicles. Next minute we're all in a van, and we didn't ever have any money to buy a van, but this label took care of us, man. They, and I even broke my foot on stage one night. Matter of fact, in Jackson, Tennessee, at some club that was inside a strip mall at the time, and I can't remember what it was called, but it was kind of like
When the Fertile Turtle by DJ.
No, when the Fertile Turtle. This was before the Fertile Turtle. It was in a strip mall. I can't remember. Anyway, the stage was raggedy, and I did something on the second song of a 9-song set list, and I broke my ankle.
Ouch.
And I thought I broke my leg because I heard it pop over the loud music. I heard it pop, and it felt like it popped in my knee. So I thought I just broke my leg. And that band's still playing. I can't get up. I'm like looking at the drummer, going, I think I broke my leg. And he was like, yeah, And I'm like, no, I think I broke my leg. Well, there was one of our dudes that the label would send a guy with us to drive us, and he was there, and he also kind of represented the label, like a TM or something too. And he was like, holy shit, 'cause he saw it. He's like, dude, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I'm not okay. I'm fucked up. But anyway, I got up and I did the rest of the set, 9 songs.
Nice.
And it's funny because I used to have a video of it, but my laptop got stolen. But the videos, it shows the whole thing. And the rest of the show, I'm on one foot, just hopping. And it's like, it's so fucking funny. But I wish I had that laptop. But if you got my laptop, bring it back. The Sony Vaio from like 2007. I want
You
my
heard
shit
the
back.
man.
I want
Get it
this.
back to him.
Had a
See
lot
the
of
video.
fucking sentimental video. Had like every Finding Jimmy Hoffa video ever for every concert we ever had. Because I would film every concert. And I don't do it anymore, but I used to do it. And so it was cool.
Yeah, I guess y'all didn't really have YouTube and stuff like that.
No, well, we had it, but it was just really hard to put shit on YouTube. Okay. It was like now you could use your phone and put it up there. Back then, you barely even had a fucking camera on your phone. So we just had these little, things that we come out with. But yeah, so I don't know. That's about it. It was fun, and it was fun while it lasted. And they kind of went under or something, and when they did, we were just kind of, we didn't last much longer. We were already kind of like burnt, I think, and everybody was kind of ready to do other things, but it was cool because since they had breached the contract, we didn't have to pay anything on our record back to them, and we got to keep all our merch.
Awesome.
So we owed them nothing.
You still have some of that merch?
Oh, we've got tons of it. I've got hoodies and CDs out the yin yang. Man, yeah, you want one? It's pretty good times. It's good times. But and the music actually is pretty good. It's not like heavy metal or anything. It's just like a hard rock record. It's just a good record.
Yeah.
Produced by Mike Bailey. He's a genius, man. So.
Yeah, my mom even likes it. So.
Oh, really? Your mom listens to Finding Jimmy Hoffa?
Well, I do in the car, and she's.
I didn't even know you really listened to it. There you go.
Yeah.
You get it off iTunes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure did.
Get it off iTunes.
Still available.
I don't get any money from it though. That's the one thing the label did get to keep. Is our iTunes money.
Well, that sucks.
No telling how much money that Rain Will Fall song generated. God bless.
All right. Getting a little into this tragic day. Brand New Armor, I'd say, is probably y'all's most popular song.
You think?
Yeah, maybe. Can you explain the inspiration for that song and what it means to you?
That song was a song that at the time was like one of the last songs we were recording on, because all we had was this beat. It was this weird fucking thing with this weird chord progression, and it just was really hard. I didn't have any idea what to write to it. And Dirt Boy at the time, he was pissed off. But he was pissed off for a lot of the record. But he wasn't, but me and him were best friends. Still are best friends. But anyway, that night of that we were recording that, he actually said, you know what? I'm out of here. I'm not, because he didn't like the song. It wasn't heavy enough for him. And it was funny because Span would tell him, say, God damn it. He's like, if one of these days that song's what's going to buy you a Porsche, you know? And it was hilarious. And he just didn't have any, he hated that song. Hated it. And he didn't want any part of it. So he was like, this is all you, buddy. And I'm like, all right, cool. So me and Dave Cal, we sat down that night when I recorded it. We didn't have any lyrics really for it. We sat down and me and him wrote line to line. He would write a line, I would write a line. And we went back and forth. And it was fun because we kind of just tapped into something. And it was cool. And man, before you knew it, we looked at each other and was like, this is a damn good song, man. It was like, damn, we just wrote the fucking single. And we recorded that shit right then and there, man. And it sounded awesome. I couldn't get it out of my head. But then, honestly, when we recorded the acoustic version, that was just us. You know, we had to figure out a whole nother way of singing because it was kind of heavy. And that was my more favorite version. And that was a lot of people's. Matter of fact, on a radio station in Memphis, I will not say because I used to work for them. It was actually number 2 on their top 10 at the time, and the only thing that beat it was 500 Death Punch. But that station don't count, so it don't really. Those charts don't matter. But it was just cool. It was something cool in Memphis, you know, for sure. And you know that was a great band, and that was probably Finding Jimmy Hoffa was the band I was most successful for. But This Tragic Day was the funnest band I've ever been in.
Yeah, it looked like y'all had a lot of fun with that.
We had a lot of fun. It just got really dark there for a little bit for us. And it stayed kind of dark after, even all the way to the end. I mean, it was just a fucking dark times, you know. As soon as Dirt Boy left, it got dark. And everything got kind of weird and awkward. You know, we had new members. We had all kind of weirdness going on, trouble. Hearsay, he said shit, you know, and we used to joke about this all the time because we would sit in practice and go, you know, we're the band that everybody loves to hate, and I don't know why it just started like that, and it just started getting snowballing. I mean, there was a lot of things that went down. I'm not even gonna say because it will incriminate people, but there's things that happened, you know, that we were like. It was nobody to blame but ourselves. But the only reason I won't say it, I know it's us that did it. I don't want to credit the person that did it that's in the band. But, you know, I did shit, and they did shit. We all did shit. We were just hard-headed, man. And we're metal. What can you expect? That's the attitude of metal. I'm not going to go around and act like I'm Mr. Nice Guy all the time. I'm in a fucking metal band. I'm supposed to be like, fuck you. I do what I want, right?
Yeah, I was always seeing that name pop up even before I really knew who y'all were, and you know, not always good things.
This Tragic Day, we got the goat. Yeah, it's with the devil, I guess. But.
Nice. Okay. Well, speaking of Dirt Boy, they say that frontmen are a special breed of musicians, and most bands can only handle one of them. So, how did you guys manage to handle that frontman position without, you know, killing each other or something?
Honestly, we thought about when I first joined that band. Dirt Boy did not like me. First off, right off the bat, as soon as I walked in the door, he was clocking me like a sniper. And the whole night, he just was kind of like an asshole to me. And I was like, do I really even want to get in this band? Because I'm the new guy. I've never met any of these guys in my life. And I'm walking into like the fucking Lion's Den, which everybody was super cool with me, but except Dirt Boy. But he didn't want another singer. He thought it was stupid, you know. Well, at first, he wrote the stuff for second singers, but he didn't. He had gotten comfortable at that time with the band because they had been going so long without a singer that they were just like, fuck it, they've been doing it that long, they can keep this one singer. But they were like, no, this is what we made the band for. The band was for 2 singers. So after all, I met all of them, and I was about to leave at the end of the night. I went, hey, do you guys smoke weed? And they were like, Dirt Boy looked at me and he was like, yeah, I do. And I was like, oh, cool, man, I got a blunt, you know, smoke a blunt? And he was like, hell yeah, let's go.
Bringing people together.
And ever since that day, me and him were like this. I mean, we were, and we never had any problems, not one. between me and him as far as anything creative goes at all. We were pretty understanding. Like if somebody had a problem with something, hey, can you sing it like this? Can you scream it like this? Or whatever. We were pretty, open to suggestions and stuff like that. Without having to get pissed off or anything. Which the whole band was pretty good at that. Most of our drama and shit come from outside the band. It wasn't creatively. It was bullshit that people would just bring into it. And so
That happens a lot.
yeah, but yeah, and when Dirt quit the band, I didn't talk to Dirt. He didn't talk to me. Hell, he didn't talk to the band at all. He didn't talk to his friends that at that time or anybody in the scene for I know almost like 2 years. And with this tragic Christmas, I somehow, some way got the original members back to play, and that's when me and him reconnected again. And he called me today, matter of fact, on the way here, and was like, "Hey, what are you doing tonight? You want to go drink some green beer? Because it's St. Patrick's Day." But yeah, so
Should tell him to come on down here.
yeah, I did, but he, it's Dirt. And he's a mean dude, He's not mean. He's just an angry dude. Don't take his angriness, that he has for everything for him being mean, because he's not mean. He's a big teddy bear. He's going to be a chef now.
Yeah, I've seen this post.
He cooked for me a few times. We had like some mussels and some it was weird shit. And I know it's got to be good because it's weird, So yeah.
Really, I got to know him a little better at this tragic Christmas, and was completely the opposite of what I'd really expected.
Yeah, a lot of people they just because he screams and he's so angry at everything. He hates everything. I think, but he loves me. But sometimes he gets at me.
I guess brothers always will.
Yeah, man. Me and him are tight. I'm glad that he's probably like my only friend right now. I guess I don't know. Everybody else to hate me, so whatever.
All right. Tell me a little about your current job with Rock Rage Radio as the Metal Messiah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. After I got booted from on Father's Day by email from local what's the name of that place? Never mind. It's a Memphis internet station. Yeah, like 2 days later, the Rock Rage Radios hit me up going, "We want to give you a metal show," and I'm like, "Fucking hey, let's do it," and it whirlwind, man, from there. And thank God, because I really loved my radio job. I loved that job, and for me to get booted out of there like that, to me, it was uncalled for. Because I did nothing wrong. I'm nothing at all. The thing that I was accused of doing was something that everybody that worked there has done fucking numerous times. Thousands of times, probably. And it doesn't matter. It's just stupid. It was just something, I think it was conspiracy. Seriously. But, there's a reason why I'm not there, and it caused a bunch of drama, and these people ganged up against me. And the thing was, I had a show 3 nights a week there, and I never once saw these other people. So how can I start drama when I don't see them? I've got a show on a night where there's nobody even in the place, and so. Anyway, I think a lot of it was those 2 girls that had the show there for a while. I don't even think one of them's there anymore, which is so crazy. But yeah, I think it come from them 2 girls. Oh, I almost said something else. But anyway, I went to Rock Rage Radio, and it was so cool because I had just gotten into figuring out how to do media stuff, like going to concerts and getting the passes to do interviews with bands and stuff like that. And since I was working for a media outlet, it was easy for me to do that. Because that's what they want to know. What media outlet are you working for? And so, being Rock Rage Radio, they had covered Rock on the Range, and they were doing Louder in Life, and Carolina Rebellion, and Rockville, and I mean, it was great. I was thinking, these guys are doing it big. So I'm going to do it big. So, right off the bat, they sent me to Indianapolis, Indiana, to Mayhem Fest, and I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. I'm getting to see all these big bands, and I'm getting to do their shoots for them in the front of the photo pit, and I'm interviewing like every band, like asking Alexandria, Korn, Suicide Silence, Emure, whoever. It was Machine Head. I mean, Mushroom Head, and just the list goes on and on. And so yeah, that was really cool, and it burned a fuel like a fire. Just I was like, man, this is my new passion, is doing these interviews and doing pictures, and so that's all I've been doing. And I've been on stage with Korn, like standing up there watching it with Frankie from Amur. I've stood up and watched Muir with fucking Head and Fieldy and Ice-T. And so, yeah, it's been crazy, crazy. I got to interview some crazy people and meet some people that I've never thought I'd meet in my life and hang out with. And I've even got people's numbers in my phone that I'm like, how the hell do I have Chris Garza from Suicide Silence phone number? It's like,
That's awesome.
but,
So it's worked out for the best, though.
yeah, and I'm actually, even though I'm not playing music anymore, I do miss it like crazy. But if it wasn't for Rock Rage Radio and me doing this and getting to be close to the bands, I'd probably just be like all wiped off the face of the earth, because wouldn't know what to do with myself anymore. I've got to be involved in music in some sort of fashion.
Understand that. Okay, let's see. A lot of bands play pranks on each other while they're on tour to pass the time. What kind of pranks have you and your bandmates pulled over the years?
Oh man, it's hard to say, because there was so much crap okay, once I took Chet. We were all within this hotel, and Chet used to play guitar for Finding Jimmy Hoffa, and he was one of these people. He would sleep until fucking 3 o'clock in the afternoon. He didn't, even if he slept 8 hours, he would still sleep that long, and he would not leave. And we were like trying to we got to go, and he wouldn't get up. So we basically just took the mattress and folded it over like a taco and rolled him off into the little corner. It was like the wall and the bed. So then he was caught in there and couldn't get out, and he was freaking out. So that was pretty funny. I'm sure there's lots of things I just can't remember off the bat, but my short-term memory is kind of bad, and my long-term memory is too. So I don't know. We always did crazy stuff, though. Put balls in somebody's face while they're asleep, or normal guy stuff.
Okay. All right. Kill, fuck, or marry. You kill one, fuck one.
Yeah.
Lizzie Hale, Lady Gaga, and Katy Perry.
Ooh, man, it's a hard one. What was the first one?
Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm.
Lizzie Hale, I would kill.
Okay.
Lady Gaga, I would marry, and Katy Perry, I'd fuck.
All right.
I know that's a weird thing. Huh?
All right. Let's see. Well, the other day you told me it was a no holds barred interview. So that being said, tell me your sleaziest tour story.
I wouldn't say it's sleazy, but it's definitely funny.
Okay.
It was just a whole. It's going to take a minute to tell the story. I've got two crazy stories, but I'll just tell you one. One time, Finding Jimmy Hoffa was sent to Oklahoma City to record an album, and Capitol Records had something to do with it. And they sent us to this dude. We didn't know where we were going. Anyway, I guess it was our management or something. I don't know what they did. They set us up with hotel and a car. So when we got there, this car was going to pick us up, take us to the studio. We got there, and right off the bat, the hotel was like a dump. Like, it was this bad. Like, it was so bad in the worst neighborhood ever that when we walked up, we had like blood splatter. It looked like blood splatter. I don't know. All over the ceiling, the walls. There was actually phone numbers, like if you want a blowjob, written over the bed.
Nice.
Um, Me and Big J, he was our TM, big old guy. He suplexed me on the bed one day, and the whole bed just broke down to the floor. And the maids come in and made the bed like that on the floor.
Nice.
Anyway, they said they were going to send a limo over to pick us up to go to the studio, check out the studio that night before we went to it. They were going to take us out on the town. We're like, fucking right, this is going to be cool. Needs to do something because this place is a dump. And I don't want to, this is crazy. So they come to pick us up. First off, we look out the window, like, oh, the limo, it's a limo's here. It's a limo's like 1982 Lincoln, just ugly. And we're like, what the fuck? I was like, I swear to God, if I get down here in this car and a sleazy guy in a suit gets out and he's got a hooker with him, I'm leaving. As soon as we get down here, the door opens. Guy in a sleazy, cheap suit gets out with a hooker in the thing. We were like, what is going on? We get in the car. Anyway, we're all sitting there. Me and Big J are sitting beside each other in the limo on the side. We look, there's a TV there. There's like liquor in like bottles, but it's not even bottles there. It's just like the container that, you know what I'm saying, that, I don't know what you call them, canners or whatever. I don't know. There was a driver and a woman in the front seat, which was weird to me. He was playing Led Zeppelin on a jam box in the front seat because the radio didn't work. His name was Crazy Mel's Limo. He had a 6-pack of beer he was drinking on in the front seat. Anyway, he then had a VCR tape that he handed over the back. He said, y'all put that in. He said, y'all like that. So me and Big J kind of chucked it in a VCR. It was weird. And it was like a porno from 1970. I mean, they had Bush and everything. It was weird. We're freaking out, right? We get to the damn studio. We check it out or whatever. So we're like, going to leave. Well, we've been in the studio for a good hour. So we've been drinking some drinks. We didn't know Crazy Mel been drinking some more drinks. We get in this limo. Well, the ride back was a little bit weirder. He's driving like 80 miles an hour, 90 miles an hour. And this limo's floating. And he's weaving in and out of traffic on this interstate system around Oklahoma City. And we're telling him we just want to go to the hotel at this point. We'll get us a cab if we want to go. No, I'm taking y'all out. They want us to take y'all have a good time. We're like, no, we'll just go to the hotel. So anyway, we get close to the hotel. We see it. We're like, oh, it's right off the highways. There it is. We're almost there. He totally misses the exit, keeps going. We're like, Mel, what the problem, dude? What's going on? He's like, don't worry about it, man. I'm taking y'all to party. We're like, oh my God. We get to this intersection where there was a train track. The train was coming. Well, the arms start to go down. He goes, oh man, fuck it, we can make it, man. We're like, are you crazy? And he takes off. The things come down on top of this limo, right? We jump almost, it feels like we jumped the tracks. And all I can see is, I look up, because I'm sitting where I can face in the side of the car, and I see this big bright light of a train. Big J's looking at me, and this guy's big, and he's not scared of shit. He's like security and everything. He's texting me, and I'm right beside him. And he's going, I'm fucking scared. And I went, I'm fucking scared too. He's like, I just sent a message. Then he said, I sent a message to all my family and told them goodbye. I love them. I went, are you serious? So we get to a red light, and we're telling Mel by now, dude, just let us out the car. Let us out, man. We want to get out. And he was like, no, man, we're going to stop in a minute, blah, blah, blah. Well, the girl in the front seat, she's getting nervous now. And she started to say, Mel, let him out. Let me out. Hell, let him. And all this. Well, this cop is sitting at the red light. And Big J is like, he's drinking his beer real quick. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, well, I'm getting drunk for one thing. And then I'm rolling my window down. I'm about to hit this cop car with this beer can. I said, well, what are you going to do that for? He said, because I want out of this car. And that's one way I can get the fuck out of it. And I'm like, yeah, he's got a point there. So, well, the light turns, thank God, and the cop turns off, and we didn't have to go through that shit. But so we keep on driving for a little bit, and all of a sudden we notice we pulling into this, like, it looks like a bar, but we're not sure. But there's like 1,000 motorcycles outside. We're like, what the fuck, man? We're going to this motorcycle club. It's like a motorcycle gang club or whatever. I'm not going to say what club it was, but it was not one you want to fuck with. And we get out of the car, and the first thing these bikers say is, "What the fuck you think y'all are supposed to be, a rock band or something?" And we're like, "Yeah, kinda." So I'm just wanting to get the fuck out of there. I'm like, calling a goddamn cab, and they're okay. I'm not riding with this fucker again. Next thing I know, we're in this fucking biker club, and everybody's looking at us like, "What the fuck are you doing here? Y'all aren't in this part of this club." So I'm thinking, man, we're gonna get killed. They're about to beat the living shit out of us. And I found the president of the club, and I apologized to him. And I was like, "I don't know this guy, this Mel guy." Well, apparently they knew Mel. Mel thought it would be a good idea since he knew him. "I'll just take us over to the clubhouse and let us party with the guys." Well, we straightened it all out, needless to say. But it was very strenuous and it was scary. I was scary. It was a scary moment there for a minute. But luckily I kind of smoothed it over with the president. We did have to play a set though, I think. Well, it wasn't a whole set, but a couple songs. They had a stage in their clubhouse and had a drum set up and everything in there.
Nice. Did they like it?
Yeah, then Sean actually sat up there for a while and played drums like a solo, and they thought that was the shit. So we were like, so the cab came. We asked for a van, and they sent us a car. And there's like 7 of us. We didn't give a shit. We piled in there like gangbusters, just like, "Oh, get out of here." So we went back to our crack hotel. So
All's well that ends well, right?
exactly. But I mean, I've got tons of other stories that are even just crazy, but we ain't got all day, so.
Alright. Almost done. Just a couple more. You often mention your love of tattoos, and I get the impression...
I don't really like them that much.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I only wanted one. Now I just got like one big one.
Kind of addicted, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, Bill, can you explain what the tattoos mean to you? I mean, it's more than just getting painting on your arm, I'm assuming.
Well, I mean, honestly, and I've been asked this a bunch. What do those tattoos mean? You know, they have a meaning or anything? And honestly, I don't really have a meaning to many of them. There's some to them, but they're stupid meanings. Or something in my life that I just remember at that time. The only ones that have real meaning are like my son's names are on my arm, Logan and Jagger. So that's the only thing that really means a lot to me. But I have meanings that, you know, of other tattoos that this is all boring. Y'all wouldn't care what that is and all that shit. So, you know, it's a whole other story.
All right. Last question then. What are your plans for the future, and are you considering any other music projects or anything like that?
I do want to get back in music. I don't know when. I don't know how, nor with who, really. I have spoken to a couple people that we're in talks of doing something. Hopefully, it'll become reality in the next month or so. I think your camera went off.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can finish up on the audio.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, and I'm not gonna say who it is yet, but they used to play with Full Double Jacket, so that's a possibility, something that we're talking about. And when it comes to reality, then I'll let you guys know. But that's about it right now. We've talked about Finding Jimmy Hoffa reunion, but I just don't see that ever happening. There's a possibility I could actually play some of the Finding Jimmy Hoffa songs with like the guitar player or something at some point. Something, you know, some little acoustic thing or maybe, but I don't see myself doing anything other than just what I've been doing here with the radio station or whatever. And then if this guy comes through with this, you know, this music, then I might do something with him. But other than that, I haven't really had any offers to anything. I've kind of just looked around and had to keep my ear open, but maybe I'll get something one of these days. If not, it's not a big deal. I'm kind of I'm content, honestly, with where my life is as far as what I'm doing with music with the radio station. So, I mean, if it happens, it happens. I would love to. I miss it every day. I do, but you know, I'm not gonna just cry over it because it's you know, I had a good run. I got lots of stories. I got lots of good times and memories, and made a lot of cool friends, and pissed a lot of people off, and yeah, so I had fun, regardless.